I am actually getting so deezed. Yes, I'm flexing my hardest, but I think I'm pretty deezed. Anyways, welcome back YouTube, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to talk about the best 5 alternate arts that you can buy right now. Any alternate arts you're going to make money on. I'm not going to go the most expensive alternate arts because those are just obvious, right? Like the Rayquaza, Umbreon, Charizard, those are just easy pickups. I'm just going to base this video on the cards that have the less hype. The cards that I think that are underrated sets, things like that with low population. I can make a video very easy and just name the top 5 expensive cards and just say they're the best buys right now, right? Because they have the most hype and they're expensive. That's a video that's pretty commonly on YouTube, and I don't want to make that kind of video. I want to put more research in the video, and I want to let you know why I think these cards are the best cards, because low pop is a very important thing, right? With the Umbreon VMax, this is almost a 7,000 population report in a PSA 10. Don't forget the black labels and the CGC. So there's a lot more than 7,000 cards of this Umbreon VMax. And for a long-term perspective, a 10-year out, I think there's going to be a lot of these Umbreons on like auctions, like eBay auctions and like Collecticon and things like that. So I think it's not going to be hard to find this card other than like this Rayquaza Gold Star. This card is very expensive because it's very hard to obtain. So cards that are hard to get in a PSA 10, they're going to be expensive in the long run. That's just how I like to think about it. These 5 cards, I think you're going to do very well if you buy them. Could that change because of reprints and things like that? Yes. But for right now, I think these are the best cards that you can buy. My top 5 that you can buy. So let's get into it. I just started to look into this card, and I actually really love this card, to be honest. It's the Blaziken VMax. I have mixed feelings about this card. Why? Because it's not the most gorgeous card in my opinion. Is it the best alternate art in Sword and Shield? No, but I think it's called Chilling Pain for a reason, because it's very hard to pull even like a V card, let alone a VMax alternate art. It's very hard to pull that card. This card, because it's $285 raw, the population is 1,600. Yes, 1,600 is a big number, but I think 10 years down the road, there's going to be a lot more collectors than what it was 10 years. So there are cards, for example, this Gengar EX, this card is a very low pop. So is 1,600 a high population in 10 years? I don't know, because there's going to be a lot more collectors. The Pokemon brand and the company are going to be a lot larger. This card for right now, for what it is, because all of the alternate arts, it's very hard to find an alternate art under 1,000 population for a VMAX. I look at Chilling Pain, I don't see a high amount of cards keep getting pulled down the road and keep grading a 10. And I think when Chilling Reign goes away, I think this Blaziken will go up in value because it's a very hard card to pull. It's a VMax alternate art, and it's from Chilling Pain. And this set is known for having bad pull rates. I don't even want to buy boxes of Chilling Reign, even though they're cheap right now, because majority of times I'm not going to get, at least from what I've seen. So this other card, this Celebi V. I remember when I first started getting into Pokemon, I loved this Celebi, and I think most people do too, but it's not the most expensive card. There's no hype around this card, and not everyone wants this card because it's not the best card in Sword and Shield. But that's okay, because to not have the best card, you can still make a lot of money in the lower kind of tier cards. And this Celebi card, I think the artwork is phenomenal. If you look at the Celebi Gold Star, that's an expensive card. Was it the most chaseful card back then and 10 years ago? I don't know how old the card is, but no, it wasn't. If you want the card now, it's really expensive. I think the Celebi V is a very nice card. I love the artwork. It's from Fusion Strike, another set that's hard to get alternate arts from, and I think the Celebi V is going to be a lot more from what it is today in the next 5 years. I love this artwork. It's only $35 raw, so I think it's a steal. This card is a hot take in my opinion. There's a lot of risks in this card. This card is the Giratina V. I want this card in my collection. It's stupid expensive. Does the artwork match the price? I don't think so. The Rayquaza VMax, it's a VMax, and the Giratina is a V. The VMaxes are harder to pull than the V cards alternate arts. This Giratina, could it go down in price? 110%. I think this card can go down because one, Lost Origin is still fairly new. I think the reprints could destroy this price of the card. With the raw card going down, the PSA 10 value will probably go down. So this is kind of a hot take because this card is still very expensive. It's like around $1,000 in a PSA 10 in Canadian prices. That's pretty expensive for a modern card. It is kind of a low pop. It's only 1,600 population report in a PSA 10, but this Giratina V, I don't want to take away from the artwork. I love the card. I love the artwork. I do want this card in the PSA 10, but it is very expensive, and I'm master setting Lonely Skies, which is just draining my bank account. But I could be terribly wrong on this card. Interested on what you guys have to say about this Giratina V, because it is a hot take. There is a lot of risks in this card, so let me know in the comments on what you think, if it's a good buy or not. The next card is actually from the same set, Lost Origin. I love Lost Origin cards because from what I've seen, the printing quality sucks. It sucks, and I love that. Investing in cards, for example, I use this example all the time, but Burning Shadows. The printing quality was horrible, and that Charizard is over $4,000 now. That's just my point. This Aerodactyl V, I've barely seen one Aerodactyl V, and I've seen probably at least 100 of raw copies, and I haven't seen one that I want to buy because it's a PSA 10 contender. The centering on these cards are horrible. They always have these white specks on the back of the cards. This Aerodactyl V, I think is a very, 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 very nice card to have in your collection. This Aerodactyl V, I think I love it. I just bought it in Japanese actually. I think it's a very, very clean card. I just love it. I love the depth of field. I love how it's kind of telling a story. I love how it's like flying over other Pokemon. You know, it's kind of like a real card that you would see in nature, but it's Pokemon, if that makes sense. I just really like this card, and I do think people are still sleeping on this card. It's still a very new set, so the Aerodactyl and Giratina could be hot takes. It could go down with more reprint and things like that, and at a population of 1,100, that's not very high. That's not high at all. Like, I'm pretty sure the Gengar VMax is like over 5,000. So my last card in this video is from another set that's not the most interesting set. If you notice in this video, I went through cards from sets that don't have a lot of hype in them. All those cards are going to be more expensive, but I want to go from the sets that people are sleeping on, because 10 years down the road, people are going to realize, oh, like some of these cards are really, really nice. Booster boxes are not going to be obtainable in the next 5-10 years, and they're going to want to chase the cards instead. So that's why I'm going to talk about the Machamp V right now. The Machamp V, I love this card. The second I laid my eyes on this card, have to have it. I have to have it. I have it in Japanese. I don't have it in English yet because I have so much to buy this year. This Machamp V in a PSA 10 I think is a beautiful pickup. I love this card. I love the artwork. I love the contrast. I love the colors in this card. It's just kind of like a silly story, and I like it in that card. Again, low pop, only 1,300. Is that high or low? I don't know. That's up to you to determine. I don't know, but I love this Machamp V. Have to have it in my collection. Like I said, I already have it in Japanese. It's a card that I need, and I think it will be more in the future. All of these alternate arts will be. I just look at the cards in the bad sets and I want to pick up those more, other than the Umbreon VMax and the Rayquaza VMax and like the Dragonite V. Those cards have a lot of hype towards those cards because Evolving Skies is just going up in price and people are FOMO over those cards. So that's my point. That's kind of my process of looking at cards to invest in, and hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments how you liked it. If I talked too much, let me know, and I'd be interested in what your favorite alternate art in this video was. So let me know, and I'll see you in the next video. Deuces.